right, so Happy New Year, everybody. Today, I just wanted to get out and fly. Nothing too exciting. That caution is for the autopilot servo that everybody mentioned in the comments. That is the problem. But I'm waiting on Garmin to send a new autopilot servo to our maintenance team so they can get that going so I don't get that interference in the comms. So a temporary quick fix is just to pull the breaker on that autopilot servo. So anyway, today is the recording of this. I'm not sure when I'll put it out. Is January 15th. I've been flying fairly steadily, but the weather in Michigan is just, it is what it is. It's what it is every year, just crap. So not a lot of commercial training going on. Went to Canada, did some other stuff, but today I just wanted to fly. I was going to go to Chicago with my wife, but she had some other stuff going on, so we're just going to do a little round robin, go do 3 practice approaches, and yeah, I figured I'd film some just because I haven't done a ton of filming lately, and I want to keep getting content out. So that leads me to a thing where it's just like, you know, if you know my backstory, if you've seen those other videos, like I am working on my commercial. I'm recently retired-ish, and looking for some things to do, some content. So if you have some ideas or some flights you'd like to see me take, let me know, because like today I'm like, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? So anyway.
R68 Juliet Pine ground, runway 27 right, taxi Delta.
27 right, Delta.
Let's get my clearance, because the ceilings are marginal here and there, so we just filed IFR. Round robin, Pontiac, over to Lansing, over to Flint, back to Pontiac. If you're a Michigan flyer, you know that little round robin. Pontiac ground, Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie. We've got an IFR back to Pontiac.
Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie Pontiac ground, cleared back to Pontiac Airport. Radar vectors is filed, maintain 3000. Expect 6000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 132.35, squawk 5177.
All right, cleared to Pontiac as radar vectors as filed, 3000, 6000 after 10, 132.35 and 5177 for the squawk, 524 Charlie Charlie.
4 Charlie Charlie, were you back correct? Pass me on the King Air, I think he's going to your ramp. And then 27 left taxi via Charlie, advise tower IFR.
All right, we'll pass behind that King Air and 27 left via Charlie, 524 Charlie Charlie. Okay, so he gave me my clearance. He saw me doing my run-up for the past however long I've been over here. Did all my pre-flight stuff. It sucks to do the pre-flight outside in the in the cold. It's -5 Celsius, 24 outside right now. It's kind of gusty, blowy. Just every other day here is just socked in. So it cleared up today. I mean, there's just broken layer at 2700. So shouldn't really need TKS today, but we've got it if we need it. The story today will just be winds and just, you know, an opportunity to fly. Put my squawk code in, 5177. Just got my brakes replaced on this thing, and I had asked my maintenance guys, I'm like, hey, how many hours do you usually go through brakes in this plane? And he'd like to see it closer to 200. I was only at flight time on this one. I have to double check, but it's a little under that. Maybe I'll blame the demo guy. I kid. But just try to be better at stuff like that. And I know sometimes I drag a brake a little bit here and there. But sometimes the rudder just doesn't work that well. You just need to get a little brake input for that. Pontiac. Oh. Pontiac Tower, Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie. We're holding short of 27 left. We are IFR.
524 Charlie Charlie, Pontiac Tower, hold short 27 left. I'm working on the release from Detroit.
Hold short 27 left, 524 Charlie Charlie.
Alright, so let's set up this autopilot while we're waiting here. We'll go to climb at 120 today. And we'll be heading mode, set for 274, flight level change, got that all set. See if we got a little bit of heat going on in here. It is cold, cold, cold.
524 Charlie Charlie, fly runway heading 27 left, cleared for takeoff.
27 left, clear for takeoff, runway heading 524 Charlie Charlie.
Charlie Charlie, traffic you'll see on final, they're for the north runway, they're no factor. They're going to continue in right traffic on the go.
Okay, 50% flat, boost pump, mixer's rich, landing lights on, probe heat is on. Push this autopilot servo back in, it'll take a minute for it to get back online. Alright, feet to the floor. Ease up, all the temperatures look good, we can go full force. Alright, everything's in the green, looking good. There's 73. The good part about flying on days like this, she jumps off the runway.
5337 Foxtrot, Pontiac ground 27 right, be adult.
I mean, climbing like a banshee. Still not out of runway.
524 Charlie Charlie, runway heading, contact Detroit, have a good flight, see you.
Over Detroit, we'll see you at 524 Charlie Charlie.
All right, today I'm going to try to be very good
600
on my radio call handoffs and my call sign, because you'll know a lot of times I leave my call sign off.
Short 278 northeast departure.
All right, get our climb checklist set and get over to Detroit.
Detroit departure, Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie, passing 2200 for 3000, runway heading.
Number 524 Charlie Charlie, Detroit departure, radar contact, proceed right to Lansing, climb and maintain 6000.
Lansing, climb, maintain 6000, 524 Charlie Charlie.
All right, he gave me direct, activate direct, nav mode. And we'll just keep leaning this out. Climb power set, flaps are upped and verified, mixture's leaning, engine all looks good, and fuel pump is on boost. Cruise checklist, and he said 6,000. So a little screw up there, should have just put that 6,000 in when he told me and I read it back. I didn't. Heard the chime when I was reaching 200 feet to 3,000 and I was just late to react on that. Not a huge deal, but just trying to be tight today a little bit. Or tighter. And let's go over here, waypoint info. Frequencies, let's get the ATIS loaded for Lansing. Active COM 2. And we'll get, we're not going to need ground in there. We'll see what the weather is right now. 1953, which was about a half hour ago. Broken 2700, wind 260, almost right down the pipe at 13 knots. So pretty much the same weather we've got here. 1,000 feet to go. Let's keep this engine leaning. Nice and smooth up here. So yeah, if there's any ideas of what you'd like to see, I'd be more than willing to fly some stuff. Different missions. I should connect with Angel Flight. That's another thing I had questions if you guys have an answer or know. Like I started searching Angel Flight, and it looks like, all right, 200 feet to go here. Let's just get this set up. Probably gonna pass me to 1188. All right, level off at 6,000. Pull the power back a little bit. Got a big headwind, so we'll keep the power up. All right, leaned out, jamming on that rudder. Fuel pump is good. Cruise power set, mixer's leaned. Engine all looks good. And the fuel's also balanced. Well, it's working on the right tank, but it'll switch. Didn't pick up any ice. All right, so as I was saying, one thing that I've searched Angel Flight, and it seems like there's like individual chapters or that kind of manage certain areas of the country. I couldn't find, because you search Angel Flight, there's a like, I don't know, I felt like I found tons of different Angel Flight websites. I didn't know which was the official one. Not saying I have to do Angel Flight, but that's just the one you kind of hear most of. So if anybody's got a little more information on that, you can put in the comments, because I would like to do some of that. It'd be nice to, that'd be a great mission to help somebody out with and have somewhere to go. Probably won't film those just for, privacy standpoint. But, yeah, if you got any information, I'm in Michigan, like who is the Angel Flight department or section that I would reach out to and get registered, because I'm pretty sure I meet all the requirements. I've got 550 hours or just under that, instrument rated, got my own plane, so that'd be cool. All right, let's see if we can get the ATIS there. We should be able to.
Delivery on frequency 123.67, ground local stroke, bottom frequency 119.9er. Advise on its contact jet information, Tango.
Tango.
That's it is American Tango time, 1953 Zulu, well observation, winds 260 at 13, visibility 10, ceiling 2,700 broken, temperature -4, dew point -10, altimeter 3024. Runway 28 left bar in use, runway 28 left 500, 10% engine dry snow, observed at 1857 Zulu. All services notice runway 28 left is closed, runway 24 is closed. All taxiways south of runway 28 left, 500 agents dry snow, 1275 feet wide, observed at 1644 Zulu. Clearance delivery on frequency 123.67, ground local stroke, bottom frequency 119.9er. Advise on its contact jet information, Tango. It is American Tango time, 1953 Zulu, well observation, winds 260 at 13, visibility 10, ceiling 2,700 broken, temperature -4, dew point -10, altimeter 3024. Visual approaches to runway 28 left bar in use, runway 28 left 500, 10% agents dry snow, observed at 1857 Zulu. All services.
A little hard to hear, but they just said 28 left, which I kind of assumed. So we'll just request, actually we'll do the ILS, and we'll load it.
Detroit approach, Diamond Star 633 Delta Sierra 3000.
Number 633 Delta Sierra, Detroit approach, good afternoon, it is Sierra at Pawnee, ISO runway 27 left.
We have Sierra 27 left, or 27 right for 3 Delta Sierra.
November 4 Charlie, Charlie, contact Great Lakes approach 118.65.
1865, 524 Charlie, Charlie. See ya. Great Lakes approach, Cirrus 524, Charlie, 6,000, and we have Tango. We'd like to do the ILS 28 left.
Cirrus 524, Charlie, go approach, landing altimeter 3021.
21.
Plus 8 Tango, kind of clearance center 120.45.
20.45, right?
Okay, so we'll brief this chart up. I just loaded it up. When I did my check-in, since it wasn't very busy, let them know I had the weather, and then I wanted the ILS 28 left. So instead of, they didn't, sometimes it's, they would, I couldn't hear on the ATIS, they didn't say that they were advertising the ILS or the RNAV. They just said 28 left was the runway in use, and there was nothing in the NOTAM about it, the ILS being out of service or anything like that. So figure I'd do the ILS on this one, I'll do an RNAV on the other two. So radios and nav, let's look at nav. One is 110.1, and it says ILAN, it's identified there. The final approach course is 276. We've got it loaded from QB, which is the initial approach fix. Even if he vectors
me. 172 Victor Whiskey, Roger, Squawk DFR, change advised approved.
He vectors me in, we're fine there. Let's put the tower in at 119.9er. Don't need ground. The DA here is 1052. I've got that loaded in. And the missed approach is climb to 2500, then a climbing left turn to 3000. Inbound on the VOVOR at the 100 radio. See what that looks like on the flight plan here. That's really weird because I put in, when I loaded this approach, it asked me, do you want the course reversal? And I said no. And I'm looking at the flight plan here, and it's got the hold at QB. Let me remove that. I've noticed that on ILSs on here. I must be getting confused at their nomenclature of like the course reversal versus the hold. I always assumed that the course reversal and the hold were kind of one and the same. But you saw me load that up, and I said no, unless I didn't. Maybe when I see it, it'll be different. But pretty straightforward. It's 2,500 or above at QB. Then you got 3 miles to Wigsaw, still at 2,500. And then you got 6.4 miles to Bury at 2,400, down to 2,400, so you're only dropping 100 feet. And it's not IFR today, so it's not going to be anything down to minimums. I won't even be able to log it unless this layer gets a little thicker, because the final approach fix is at 2,400. Go back to the map here. Whoop. Oh, I was talking about my brakes. My total flight time right now is 180 hours. I took it over at about 50 hours. So I've put on 120 hours of flight time, not Hobbs time. That's what I was wondering, like how long do brakes usually last? They went about 180 hours for me. Maybe a little less because they were done a couple flights ago. So he's probably going to vector me in because I'm already just 7 miles from QB, which is fine. Surprised he hasn't dropped me down yet. And definitely liking having the chart over here, leaving my map full screen over here. I've really abandoned it on my iPad. And I'm getting pretty used to the JEP charts. At first it was a little tricky.
Great Lakes, Vision Jet 489 Charlie Victor, 14,000 across Petty at 11,000.
Vision Jet 489 Charlie Victor, guys approach landing altimeter 3020, cross Petty at 11,000, then ascend and maintain 9,000.
Okay, 3022 and cross Petty at 11,000, then descend and maintain 9,000, 9 Charlie Victor.
So nice to see the sunshine up here. Getting real tired of Michigan. Never thought I'd say that. I always liked the winters growing up. They can go pound sand now. Got the altimeter set, our landing light's still on, fuel quantity is good, it's on the other tank switched. Mixture is good, seatbelt is on and secured, brake pressure feels good. So I'll be down in South Carolina for a while. Be doing some flying down there. I decided to go finish my commercial rating in March over in Kansas with a company online I found called GATS. Just to knock that out. Just around here, it's just been too tough with scheduling. Not so much on my instructor sides. Those have been great. But between weather and who knows when the DPE is going to be available, so I was starting to spend quite a bit of money on instruction and just kind of kicking the can down the road. So felt like I was pretty close. I mean, I was doing all my latest maneuvers were really, really good and tight. And so I'm going to go give that a try. That should be good by the time I get there. I mean, I'm pretty locked in. So it'll be good to get a different set of, different instructor, a different viewpoint of things, and hopefully knock that out, be done with it. Let's see if he turns me in on a heading after Wigsaw here. He'll probably turn me north a little bit and descend me down to 3,000. Oh, you know what's happening? You know why he's not letting me up or putting me down? I should have been clear about this too. Because I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm almost to the damn airport. But I filed in my IFR flight plan to Lansing, and then I'm going to fly the whole procedure. Okay. That's what he's doing. He's like, oh, this guy must want to fly this whole thing. That was stupid of me.
Great Lakes approach. Sky, stationary 6 Mike Foxtrot is returning to Ionia, requesting frequency.
Stationary 6 Mike Foxtrot, Roger, squawk VFR, change of approved, no traffic observed between you and Ionia. Have a good night.
Well, I wanted to...
Squawk VFR, thank you for your help today. 6 Mike Foxtrot.
I wanted to get some flight time in, so I guess that's one way to do it. in my brain, or in my mind, I only filed to the airport as a, I didn't really think he'd take it literally. I should have been clear on my call. Like, hey, I don't want to fly to the airport and then fly back outbound and do the whole thing. But that's what we're doing, because I'm like, gosh, he hasn't sent me down. He hasn't told me to expect anything. And I'm pretty much on top of the airport here. So he's expecting me to file my flight plan as, or fly as it was.
9984 Golf, approach, landing altimeter 3021.
As it was filed. Okay. So that's good to know. If you file to an airport and you're not clear with the controller, or he, in my flight plan actually, he thinks I'm going to go direct Flint. So I want to be, I need to be clear, I need to clarify with him. Because my flight plan was from Lansing, or from Pontiac to Lansing, and then to Flint, and then back to Pontiac. So I want to be clear that I want to do a practice approach.
Beta 8077 request bases when you get them.
Okay, yeah, we never, we're over the tops of them now, but bases are probably at about 35.
All right, Roger. Beta 8077, climb maintain 10,000, 10,000.
10,000, Legion 877.
And Cirrus 4 Charlie, Charlie, say intentions.
We'd like to come back around and fly outbound and then do the ILS 28 left.
4 Charlie, Charlie, Roger, what do you want to fly outbound on?
Well, you can put us on a vector for that.
Cirrus 4 Charlie, Charlie, Roger. To maintain 3,000 and just fly present heading.
3,000 present heading, 4 Charlie, Charlie. 4 Charlie, Charlie.
All right, so he was confused. I was confused. It was really the way that I filed that.
Beta 8077, contact Cleveland Center 12045.
20.5, 8077, good day.
Should,
Good afternoon, Comanche 8648 Yankee, 5,500.
Comanche 8648 Yankee, Great Lakes approach, anything altimeter 3021.
3021.
Cirrus 4 Charlie, Charlie's verified it's uniform at Lansing, and you want the ILS, correct?
We do have uniform, and the ILS would be great. 524 Charlie, Charlie.
Cirrus 4 Charlie, Charlie, Roger. How does approach terminate?
After this, we'd like to go over to Flint and do the RNAV 27 there.
4 Charlie, Charlie, Roger.
And, Center, can you give us that frequency again for Legion 8077?
Beta 8077, Cleveland Center 120.45.
Oh, 2045, thanks, we got it.
all right, so I just activated vectors to final because I asked him to do that. So like I said, there was confusion there. When I made my initial call, I just wasn't clear enough. I'd filed that airport, and in the remarks I put that I wanted practice approaches. And I don't usually come to Lansing, so, but it's the same Great Lakes approach. But lesson learned, I wasn't clear enough with my intentions. So as we were flying along, and as I was saying, like, oh hey, I wonder why he hasn't sent me down. And then it dawned on me, it's like, well, no, dummy. You had filed to that airport and then to another airport. So as far as he was concerned, I filed from Pontiac to Pontiac with Lansing and Flint being waypoints. So because I wasn't clear enough, I got what I got. And so as soon as I hit Lansing and he saw me wrapping around, he's like, what are your intentions? I'm sure he maybe thought I was going back to Flint or going over to Flint. So I just said, hey, you can give me vectors. I was going to fly outbound on the ILS and do the whole procedure turn, but we figured it out. Just goes to show you that if you're not clear on something, and this is a little bit of an abnormal thing. I mean, not super abnormal, but this wasn't our destination, so just wasn't clear enough. And I've learned that lesson. What do they say? It's like, as a pilot, you're going to make mistakes. How do you learn from them? How do you respond to them? All that kind of stuff.
Cirrus 4 Charlie Charlie, turn right heading 190.
190, 4 Charlie Charlie.
We'll keep hustling down. We'll slow up a little bit. It's giving me a big vector around to intercept. I've got tower locked in there. Boost pump landing mixture. Pretty cool. Pretty nice view. All right, almost on a southbound heading here, going to 3,000. It's going to be bumpy. We can slow up. Tops were at 3,900. I'll call it 4,000. And bases are at
Cirrus 4 Charlie Charlie, 7 miles from Brevity, turn right 250, maintain 3,000 until established localizer, cleared ILS 28 left approach.
250, maintain 3,000 until established, cleared ILS 28 left approach, 524 Charlie Charlie. And bases were at 3,600, tops were at 4.
Roger, thank you. Medevac 16 for my contact, grid approach 119.2.
All right, you cleared me for the approach. Get that armed. It said maintain 3,000 until established. Go back to our checklist here before landing. Whoop. Fuel pump has on boost, mixtures as required. We get that all the way up. Then flap range here. Let's throw out our first notch.
Cirrus 84 Golf, contact Detroit approach 132.35. Today.
Actually, I'm gonna abandon that. I'm a little too far out. On an approach like this, I like to go flaps about 4 miles out. Needle's coming alive. Localizer captured. It's making the turn in. 8 mile final.
Cirrus 4 Charlie Charlie, contact tower 119.9.
Forward to tower 4 Charlie Charlie. Lansing Tower, Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie, ILS 28 left.
Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie, Lansing Tower, runway 28 left, clear for the option.
28 left, cleared for the option, 524 Charlie Charlie.
Cirrus 4 Charlie Charlie, clear for the option, turn right heading 310, maintain 3,000.
All right, after the option, 310 on the heading, maintain 3,000, 524 Charlie Charlie.
All right, 3,000's bugged. 310 on the heading. And we'll hand fly it.
Does that happen to be Flying Scott?
A firm.
How's it going, buddy? Big fan.
Thanks, man.
Altitude.
330, 435, 335. On the cargo range, back to
From 335, hold short of runway 28 left.
the shorter run.
All right, back to on slope on needle. Got a little high there. Had too much power in.
For 335, just to keep it simple, why don't you go ahead and make a left on Bravo and proceed over to Mike and hold short of 28 left.
35 holding short at Mike.
Pretty good headwind there, 16 knots. Quartering headwind. A little bit more power there. We'll just leave half lap today. Just because a little bit of winds and I got a ton of runway and I'm just doing a touch and go.
$500.
And tower down at 230, Echo, hold short to your left, right for departure.
Dude, Echo, hold short to your left, landing traffic.
Hold short to your left, 230, Echo.
Too fast.
Minimums. Minimums.
Landing. Nicely done. Oh, I'm already at half lap. Let's go full power. Already off the runway.
From 335, proceed to the barn via Mike Charlie, crest to your left.
Head back to the barn via Mike Charlie, room 335.
$600.
So 4 Charlie Charlie, contact departure, 118.65, we'll see you.
1865, 4 Charlie, see ya.
All right. Go autopilot. Now let's turn this back to GPS, autopilot on, and heading mode, flight level change.
Great Lakes Departure, Cirrus 524 Charlie, Charlie, passing 2300 for 3000.
Cirrus 524 Charlie, Charlie, Great Lakes Departure, ident. Cirrus 4 Charlie, Charlie, radar contact, maintain 3000, turn right direct slant.
3000 direct slant, 524 Charlie, Charlie.
All right, let's clear this flight plan out. Let's just get ourselves heading that direction. Reaching altitude. All right, let's go flight plan options. See, this is where I'll go. This is where I will go to my iPad when I'm just doing a setup here. Because otherwise, you got to go back and say, let's look at it, show chart. I guess I could do it that way. We'll get hopefully direct JAGME. So we'll do JAGME and we'll do a hold, one turn of the hold there.
Great Lakes 48 Yankee, we got a nice open area for us to make a descent. We're going to go for that to the right here and descend and maintain.
Got the hold of JAGME.
4 Yankee, Raptor, maintain VFR.
Okay. So let's go back here. Flaps are up, mixture's fine, we're just at 50% power again.
Good afternoon, Diamond 23 Echo 2.6, climbing 3.5, heading 310.
238 Yankee, correction, Diamond 238 Echo, Great Lakes Departure, radar contact, maintain VFR, turn right on course.
Maintain VFR, right on course, 238 Echo.
Probably going to pass me to 1188 over there. And waypoint info. We'll look at the frequencies there. We'll get their ATIS in there. Okay. So, good little lesson learned there. Everything else went off fairly cleanly. Had a little fan in there. I don't know if that was Church Air Eric. Might have been because he's based there. Another guy that flies with Apogee is does YouTube stuff or YouTube videos in his Cirrus. He does really good production, actually. I always said he does better production than I do. But yeah, I wonder if that was him. I'll have to ping him up and see. All right, well, I say we, you and me, I guess.
Over 2885 Bravo, you can enter a left base for runway 23 and contact Saginaw Tower 120.1. You have a good one.
We're direct JAGME on the RNAV 27 left into Flint. Kilo Foxtrot November Tango. We're at 4,000 feet. I like to come and do these approaches by myself on days where I can't log the approach. It's not really about that. It's more about like, oh, hey, refamiliarize or like understand the little nuances with the flight plan, like how things weren't loading up, like, you know, all the different things that go on in this system. It's just good practice to kind of screw up on a day like this where it doesn't really mean anything. And you can say, oh, that's why that did that. Oh, like today, I learned that I was was bad with the, not only filing the flight plan, but not being clear with the controller initially. And, but again, I wanted to log some time, so if I flew for an extra 20 minutes, so be it. Directly over the airport right now. And how that hold, where I realized, I think why it was still putting it in there, unless I'm still wrong. Again, I think that was because my flight plan was to the airport and then to the initial approach fix, where I need to remove that layer. I think that's what it is. If anybody has some clarification on that, I would like to hear it. Because like I said, I always file where I left from, where I'm going, and then I load the approach. But in the flight plan, it's still in there until I go direct to that fix.
Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie cross jag me at or above 3,000, cleared for the RNAV runway 27 approach.
Cross jag me at or above 3,000, cleared RNAV 27, 524 Charlie Charlie.
So jag me is 3,000, so we'll go down to 3,000, vertical speed down. We'll activate the approach.
Jag 50 Golf, contact the short approach 132.35. See you later.
Contact the short approach 132.35. See you.
So unless we did a suspend, it's only going to do the one hold, or the one turn really, which is fine for today. This missed approach is straightforward as well. Climb to 3,000 direct Kurgo, and then 352 track to Clio and hold. Mixture up, start slowing down a little bit. We don't want to hold at 168 knots. That's not proper. And after this, we'll just cancel IFR and go back visually to Pontiac. But good. It was good lessons learned today. Worth my time. I'll talk to my instructors, and if you guys have good comments about that loading procedure. All right, hold teardrop after crossing JAGME. You can see it depicted on the MFD. Just a 30-degree offset and then spin around inbound.
Approach low, Cirrus 3964, level 10,000.
Cirrus 3964, Great Lakes approach low. Second altimeter 3018, just verify when you have Lima.
3018, and we have Lima, Skywest 3964.
Cirrus 3964, you can expect vectors to the visual approach runway 23.
3964.
And after we cross JAGME, we're going down to 2,400 feet. Steep turn ahead, it said. Knows because of this wind.
Cirrus 3964, turn 10 degrees right back to visual approach.
10 degrees right, Skywest 3964.
Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie contact, Flint Tower 126.3, see you on the way out.
Over to Tower 26-3, 4 Charlie Charlie 2. Tower Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie, RNAV 27.
All right, it's capturing vertical.
Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie, Flint Tower 1260 at 11, abandon approach on a 1 mile final. Turn left on course Pontiac, climb and maintain 3000. Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie, Flint Tower 1260 at 11, abandon approach on a 1 mile final. Turn left on course Pontiac, climb and maintain 3000.
All right, abandon approach on 1 mile final, turn left, direct Pontiac 524 Charlie Charlie, and climb maintain 3000.
Interesting. They must have something going on where I can't do the approach there. So we'll bug this to a 1 mile final. We'll shoot the approach.
Skyhawk 4 Kilo Alpha, extend upwind, I'll call crosswind.
Stand up when you call crosswind 4 Kilo Alpha. Stand up when you call.
Skyhawk 4 Kilo Alpha, Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie, Flint Tower 1260 at 11, abandon approach on a 1 mile final. Turn left on course Pontiac, climb and maintain 3000.
Really interesting. I've never had that.
Vertical track.
Never had that happen. I'm trying to process that right now. Like, what the heck is going on? I guess if I needed to land, I could say that.
Skyhawk 4 Kilo Alpha, turn right crosswind.
Right crosswind 4 Kilo Alpha.
I almost want to be like, well, if I can't do my touch and go here, then I'll just turn direct Pontiac now, but it's fine. I wanted to mess around with the VNAV a little bit.
Diamond 5 Delta Charlie, extend upwind, I'll call crosswind.
And upwind, you'll call crosswind 5 Delta Charlie.
Skywest 5686, Flint Tower, wind 260 at 11, fly runway heading, runway 27, clear for takeoff, traffic in the upwind, will turn crosswind, additional traffic on a 3 mile final, will abandon approach on a 1 mile final.
All right, runway 27, runway heading, clear for takeoff, Skywest 5686.
Yeah, she just must have too much traffic going
Diamond
on.
5 Delta Charlie, turn right crosswind.
Turn right crosswind 5 Delta Charlie.
Skyhawk 4 Kilo Alpha, traffic departing prior to arrival is a regional vet taking the runway now, advise traffic at sight.
Traffic at sight 4 Kilo Alpha.
Well, that goes to show you that
Skyhawk 4 Kilo Alpha, extend
be ready for, that's the first time I've gotten that instruction. It'll be interesting to look back on that video and see my brain like process that. Like, wait, did she say what I thought she said? And again, if I could have asked and said, wait, did I hear you say that right? But try to use my brain first and my replay. That's really nice to have that, so I'm not clogging the frequency up. All right, we're getting close to a 1 mile final here. We're going to kill the autopilot.
750 Charlie, extend down when I'll call base.
And we'll just peel out now.
Sky 5686, contact departure 118.8.
Departure, good day, Sky 5686.
Skyhawk 4 Kilo Alpha, turn base, runway 27, clear for the option, caution wave turbulence.
Turn base, runway 27, clear for the option, 4 Kilo Alpha.
And I know it's about a 150. And we're going up to 3,000.
Cirrus 4 Charlie Charlie, contact departure 118.8.
18 we'll see a 4 Charlie.
Over 1229, uniform radar contact 2 miles northeast of Alma Airport. You said you want to do the VOR Alpha into Barstow. Did you want vectors? Doug 1229, proceed on course to Harpy.
Great Lakes, Honda Jet 5, Romeo Papa, we have the airport in sight.
Honda Jet 5, Romeo Papa, roger, thanks. You can expect clearance here shortly.
Great Lakes Departure, Cirrus 524, Charlie, Charlie, 3000, direct Pontiac.
Sky 5686, climb maintain 14000.
Climb maintain 14,000, Sky 5686.
Cirrus 524, Charlie, Charlie, Great Lakes Departure, IDET. Cirrus 524, Charlie, Charlie, radar contact 5 miles southeast of Flint Airport, maintain 3000 direct Pontiac.
3000 direct Pontiac, and we can go ahead and cancel whenever you like, and we'll just go visual into Pontiac.
524, Charlie, Charlie, roger, so you don't want to talk to Detroit?
No.
524, Charlie, Charlie, IFR cancellation is received. Clock VFR, frequency change approved. You have a good one.
VFR and frequency change approved, 524, Charlie, Charlie.
Great Lakes TVM 394 Echo Whiskey 12.4 descending 11,000.
TVM 294 Echo Whiskey Great Lakes approach, send to maintain 5,000, send altimeter 3019er.
5,000 and 3019 Fork Whiskey.
Honda Jet 5 Romeo Papa, send to maintain 3,000.
Send to maintain 3000, 5 Romeo Papa.
Scoutster 964, turn left heading 320, Flint Air, correct Saginaw Airport, 9 o'clock, about 9 miles.
Information Oscar, on my weather observation
2053, contact Saginaw Tower 120.1, you have a good one.
Visibility 10, 2,900 scattered, temperature -6, dew point -11, altimeter 3020. RNAV runway 27 left approaching you, staying in departing runway 27 left, runway 27 right.
Hello, climb maintain 1.
Stand missions, runway 1836 closed, closely spaced parallel runway operations in effect, verify correct runway alignment, do not overshoot final. All ISR departures, contact ground control on 121.9 for clearance, advisors contact your information Oscar.
Oscar it is.
Honey Tower information Oscar, on my weather observation 2053, Zulu wind at 260 at 11, visibility 10. 2,900 scattered, temperature -6, dew point -11, altimeter 3020. RNAV runway 27 left approaching you, staying in departing runway 27 left, runway 27 right. Another stand missions, runway 1836 closed, closely spaced parallel runway operations in effect, verify correct runway alignment, do not overshoot final. All ISR departures, contact.
Okay, we've got Oscar. Everything's still kind of set up here for landing. And Just in case here, we'll go here and delete this flight plan. And we'll add KPTK. Just for situational. Whoop. And we're about 10 miles north. We've got Oscar inbound full stop.
Pontiac Tower, Cirrus 524, Charlie, Charlie. We're 10 miles to the northwest, inbound full stop, Oscar.
Cirrus 524, Charlie, Charlie, Pontiac Tower. Ident, enter right down, runway 27 right.
Right downwind 27 right, 524, Charlie, Charlie.
4 Charlie, Charlie, I'm sorry, where do you park?
Maven.
They're always super nice. We've got parallel runways there, and I park on the south side. We generally come from the north when we're doing practice and stuff like that, and so they always put you 27 right, but then he just asked where I park, and so there's not much traffic today. He can probably sequence and change me to 27 left, which is the bigger runway, and it's closer to my parking.
Cirrus 4 Charlie, Charlie, change runway 27 left. Number 1, runway 27 left, clear to land.
Clear to land 27 left, number 1, 524, Charlie, Charlie, thanks.
Minimums, minimums.
Pontiac Tower, Cirrus, November 11 Echo Sierra, holding short 27 left, IFR departure.
Cirrus 1 Echo Sierra, Pontiac Tower, runway 27 left, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 27 left, 1 Echo Sierra.
Cirrus 4 Charlie, Charlie, turn left at Charlie 7 to taxi Charlie into Maven.
Charlie 7, Charlie to Maven, forward, Charlie, Charlie.
Diamond 6 Delta Charlie, number 1, runway 27 right, clear for the option.
Number 1, 27 right, clear for the option, 526 Delta Charlie.